Adam, the father of humanity, and my personal favorite human fighter in Ragnarok. This character, everything he stands for, everything that he fights for, and his everything that he does to the last stand. This character is just fantastic, and I'm sure many people have made this video already, but I just want to make it because Adam is such a great character. And I really, really love this character, and also overpowered, overpowered done right here for sure. And wow, in a crazy second round, we got Adam, and he's just like holy. He drops the Godfather of Gods. He drops Zeus down, which is insane. All right, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's just go through the character in chronological order and talk about him and just point out stuff that I really like, and I find that's very, very well written for this character, Adam. Again, the father of humanity. As the first, Berhilde does mention him that he's the trump card of humanity, that her trump card. So very interesting to show that he's well. I think we all know he was the guarantee victor, right? He was going to be the guaranteed victory for any god he fought, right? And he was originally going to fight Shiva. It would not have ended well for Shiva. I think we could all agree on that. Shiva would just got destroyed by Adam. I think we could all agree on that, right? But of course, when Zeus heard that Adam was gonna get in on this, Zeus was like, "Okay, yeah, I want in on this. I'm having okay. This sounds fun here." And again, very interesting that Zeus would want to go in on this because he was originally stated that he was gonna go last, as said by Shiva, but Zeus was like, "No, nah, I want in on this," because more than likely, Zeus knew heard about the rumors that Adam, the first human, despised the gods. More than likely, heard what he did to the serpents, and he's like, "Yeah, I want in on this. I want to take this guy on." And all right, now let's just go right to chronological order of his story, where we first see him just chilling out on animals, just hanging out with animals, and then we see a bird coming to talk to him about what the serpent's trying to do with Eve, and Eve gets away, and the serpent like puts her on trial. With the whole she took a bite of the apple. Now she has to get banished by the gods. And which of course it's set up, it's rigged that because again they're mortal. Adam and Eve are mortal, and they're in the realm of the gods, and so it's like, yeah, they're mortals, so just kick Eve out. Then the door opens, and Adam comes strolling in with a basket full of apples, and he's just biting them. I love this. He's just biting, like, that's nasty. That's sour. That's not ripe at all. Just good stuff. They're just showing that Adam really does care for Eve so much that he would just he won't just commit the same sin. He would just commit it over like many many times over to ensue that he's gonna get kicked out with Eve. And again, that just shows how big his heart is, how much he loves his wife, and the lengths he's willing to go for just for her, not to mention humanity, right? And then of course, as she so happy to see this because Adam's like, yeah, I'm gonna go wherever you go, I'm going with you, showing just a very very loving husband. Excuse me. And then the serpent comes out being very angry at this because how dare he stand up to the gods like that? How dare he disrespect the gods by eating those apples? And I was like, yeah, you're the guy that my bird friend told me about. Yeah, I'm gonna essentially I'm gonna discipline you. And that serpent thinking that well, he's a god, right? I don't know. Is he a god? Maybe. I mean, he's living here, so I guess you could say he's some kind of god. The serpent attacks, and Adam in the manga. I always when I first read the manga. Let me know what you guys think. When he got the claws, I always assumed he didn't actually physically got the claws like this shows in the anime. I just assumed that he just kind of like it was just more of a like how would you say like a depictive of like how like it was interpreted in the manga where it's supposed to be interpreted like he didn't actually get the claws, just resembling the claws, but he didn't actually get them. But in anime, it does seem to appear that he actually got the exact same claws and sliced up the serpent's arms and legs. And Adam let him live. He's like, yeah, that should teach you a lesson, which is good. I mean, great, Adam. You're a very genuine guy, man. A genuine guy, man. You're a very kind guy. I gotta say, especially what that serpent intended to do with your wife, and you just destroyed his legs and arms, and you're like, yeah, that'll teach you a lesson. And then he gets Eve's hand, and then they go off, and Brunhilde, as she says in the story, that they both lived happily ever after. I mean, aside from the Cain and Abel thing, but besides that, they did. Presumably that happened. Oh, I'm not sure. It's not really. It doesn't really go into details, which it doesn't really need to be honest. That they lived happily ever after, and that's the good thing between Adam and Eve. Then when Adam enters the stage, everyone's going crazy because like what in the world? Michelangelo sees his painting actually being done in real life with Adam and his Valkyrie as they merge and create his knuckle dusters, which again very cool weapon for him. And we get Zeus approaching, everything. Oh, okay, that's an interesting weapon, but you know what? I'm gonna enjoy breaking your bones with just my fist. And Adam talks to Zeus so casually. This is not because Adam is just arrogant. This is not because Adam's just so overconfident. Excuse me. It's more because Adam's personality. It's Adam's nature that he's just a very very chill dude. He's just a very just a guy that you could just get along with anybody. He even gets along with Zeus, like actually pretty well because he even calls Zeus Gramps, and Ares like, well, they just call my dad Gramps. Yeah, just Adam like, well, he did with the serpent. It's just he just cut off his legs, even though with the like as I said before, with the serpent intended to do with Eve, he just destroyed his arms and legs. I was like, okay, yeah, that's it. And then with the Zeus here, is like, yeah, I mean, all right, we'll fight, but it's not gonna go well for you, old man. It's just again, it's not him being cocky. It's just him being actually truthful, and he does talk to Zeus with respect. He's not degrading him whatsoever. He's not looking down on Zeus because he's an old man. He knows exactly what not what exactly Zeus is capable of, but he more than likely knows. And of course, he's got his divine eyes, which is divine reflection is what it's called, the official translation. But in the early translations, it was called eyes of the Lord, which I actually prefer. I think that sounds cooler, but we'll go with divine reflection as the official translation. And of course, Zeus. We see Zeus just doing so many attacks, doing just many jabs and divine acts. And Adam, at first, we don't really know what's going on. We're like, well, how's Adam able to keep up with this guy? Adam's just dodging all of them and then just dodging the acts. And then Adam starts doing the exact same thing and just starts pummeling Zeus. And Zeus is so confused. He's like, wait, what? And as Adam does divine acts and just hits he hits Zeus away, and Zeus is like, "Man, I don't know what's going on, but it's like I'm facing a younger version of me." And he's catching on. He's like, "Okay, I see what's going on here. You have a, I see what's going on here." That's what Brihilde says, to a goal that Adam has the divine reflection that he's since he's been made in the image of the gods, he's able to do anything that they're capable of, which is actually very interesting and a very, very unique take on Adam, which I got not gonna lie, I like a lot. It makes sense for this character, right? In this story. And Zeus is like, all right, it's time to get serious on you as he starts charging up his fist. He starts charging up his fist to surpass time itself, a technique that he learned or he actually learned from his father after his father used it on him when he killed his father by smashing his head in. And contrast with Zeus and Adam. Zeus, when Zeus knocked his father down, Zeus just went up to him and just smashed his head in. Remember this, because right after Zeus uses the attack that surpasses time, punches right at Adam, and Adam just hard counters and just knocks Zeus's head all the way around and drops Zeus. And Adam's like, okay, that's game set and match essentially. And that's when we finally learn about Adam's backstory in the story with a Brihilde, or sorry, not Brihilde, but with Zeus actually getting back up and saying, "Yeah, you don't really hate us. You don't really hate us, gods. We don't see. I don't see the hate in your eyes." And that's when Adam says, "Yeah, so you thought that? So you thought so too, huh? Well, that's not how it is." And in the translation, in the English translation, is he says, "Does anyone need a reason to protect their own children?" And I like the actual earlier translations, the fan translations, where he says, "Does a man need a reason to protect his own children?" I think that's just far more better, and I like it a lot. And it speaks more of as a character of him to me than does anyone, which honestly does work too, to be honest. But I just like prefer because he's a man that he'll protect his children, no matter what. Which his children are not just Cain and Abel, but all of humanity. He's the first human. He views them all as his children, and that's who he's gonna protect. And as I said earlier, when Zeus crushed his father's head, Adam doesn't do that. Adam could have easily just walked over, Well, he was right next to Zeus. He could have just smashed Zeus's head in, but that's not the kind of guy Adam is. It's not really, and I'm not gonna take any points away from him because Adam, because for all intents and purposes, Adam won. Adam did when he knocked his Zeus down, and Zeus's head was turned all the way around, and right before Hamil could really announce it, that's when Zeus shut him up, and he's like, "All right, okay, now let's get into this fight." And then that's when Zeus, obviously, we all see, just starts contorting his body, his muscles in, just compressing them to get much more stronger. And as he does that, Adam realizes, like, he takes an immediately defensive stance there instinctively because he knows this is something big coming. As we see Zeus in his Adamus form, named after his brother, his elder brother Adamus, from funny enough Poseidon, because Poseidon bumped into Zeus in that form and he said, "Watch it, Adamus," and Zeus was like, "Oh, all right, I'll just name it after you." I am not making that up. And then Zeus and Adam square up, and okay, here's another difference that they made in the anime. I don't know if I like it more or not, but in the manga, when Zeus immediately goes in for the attack and takes a swing at him, in the manga dodges, but it is narrowly cuts him. But in the anime, he barely dodges it where it doesn't cut him. I don't know which one I like more, to be honest. I actually want to say maybe the anime because it just shows how close Zeus got without completely overwhelming the power of the eyes, because the eyes seem to be like very set and definite that it makes you better. And of course, as them two continuing going at it, where Adam's just dodging, weaving, just punching Zeus, and Zeus is just getting hit. But Berhilde announces, "Okay, I see what's going on. Zeus is just trying to tank it. He thinks that he might have figured it out, but we're not entirely sure. Which I honestly do believe Zeus figured it out. That you could just overwhelm Adam's eyes to where he just overheats, and when we get that one scene, I remember first reading it in the manga. I was like, no. When Adam punches Zeus and Zeus's blood spurts out and hits Adam's eyes and just short circuits his eyes, and his eyes, he just goes blind. And right there, Zeus starts wailing on the helpless Adam. Adam's just completely on the defensive this for the rest of this moment. And as Zeus is just not going easy on, he's using just timed meteor jabs, divine acts, and just wailing and wailing on Adam as Adam's just getting bombarded with this. And then we get a good scene, a very, very good scene here where Adam's not even focused on getting thrashed by Zeus. He hears a baby's cry. He hears a baby's cry, and as he hears that, he thinks to himself, "It's okay, child. It's okay. Don't worry, Daddy's here to protect you." And as he's thinking that, Zeus lands a massive hit on Adam. And as Adam reels back, he grabs Zeus's hair. And Zeus is like, "Wait, what?" And Adam says, "I got you." And right there, everyone in the stands was like, "Wait, what?" Like Odin was shocked. And Adam just right there holds on to Zeus, and Zeus grabs on Adam. They just start wailing on each other's faces. And it goes on for like a little while, honestly, right until Zeus drops. And right there, I remember reading the manga. I was like, "Yes, Adam won! Adam won!" But no, no, he didn't. In fact, even Zeus is the first one to notice, and Zeus says, "Yeah, he died long before I even hit the ground." And it just it goes to show that Adam's strength and his love for his family, for his children, carried him until he made sure the threat was down. Until he made sure Zeus was actually dropped to the ground, and that's when Adam finally stopped the punching. And we get a very sad moment when Eve notices it as well, and then the rest of humanity, and we see Adam standing there dead. And again, it's a very, very sad but touching scene to show that Adam, with his courage and strength and will to keep going until the threat was stopped, is just very, very good stuff there, with him contrasting him with Zeus. Which Zeus is a much more, he's a father as well, but he's a much more brutal father, like a much more like no nonsense. I'll just just beat up your own children, if you have to. Like when he hits Ares quite a bit. And he loses his temper when he breaks objects around him, as we see later on in the series. But here, Adam, he's just more of a chill guy. He'll do whatever it takes to protect his family, and he will drop he will drop you if you threaten his family. Even if he dies doing it, he will do it. And that, I just find that's just fascinating for me for Adam. That's why he's my favorite character in Ragnarok. He's my favorite human fighter. Adam is just yeah, just contrasting him with Zeus, as Zeus is a again the godfather of the gods, while Adam's the father of humanity. Just very very good stuff that I really like, and it was very very sad. I gotta say with Adam dying. I gotta say. So yeah, that's really it. I mean, it's a shame, and we do get a little bit more of him when Berhilde talks to Goal, as she says that she's gonna just as Adam said, we're gonna protect humanity, which is good stuff there. I really really enjoy that. I like that. And another thing, time we see him is when Berhilde has like kind of like a little display, representing the fallen fighters, and we see Adam, which is represented by love for love of humanity, which again very very good stuff. That I can't explain, I can't express more how much this character just does so much well, especially for the overall story where he inspired humanity. He's the man that inspired humanity to finally come together, united against the gods, and to show that no matter what, we could continue on fighting them. And that one scene, I remember that one scene where it's a very very sad scene where as Adam's getting wailed on by Zeus, Eve is telling Adam, it's okay to stop. His children are saying it's okay to stop. You could just it's okay. You did enough. And even audience members in the stands are saying, Adam, it's enough. You did well enough. You don't have to fight any longer. And again, that's just a beautiful moment. And Adam just won't surrender because he wants to make sure the threat is down before he could move on. And just great moment there for Adam. I just really really enjoy this character so much. All right, and let me ask you guys, what's your favorite and least favorite moment with Adam? Honestly, least favorite moment. That's hard. That's honestly really really hard. Adam has a lot going for him, and there's nothing. 'Cause honestly, I could say he should have smashed Zeus's head in, but that's not in Adam's character, as I established. It's not him severing the snake's head. It's not within his character to do so. Honestly, I'm cheating. There's nothing I dislike about Adam. Adam was freaking amazing. And my favorite moment is, man, there's so many good moments. I would say probably what the saying where he says, "Does a man need any reason to protect his own children?" I Beautiful. I really really love that. That's my favorite. I want to say probably my favorite panel in all of Ragnarok. I love that. Favorite panel, favorite quote. I have to really think about that, but I really really enjoyed that. So yeah, that concludes my there's my Adam Record Ragnarok video. Again, I really really like this character. Let me know your guys' favorite moments because again, I don't know if you guys will have any least favorite moments. If you do, let me know. But if you have any favorite moments, please let me know. And yeah, that concludes my review. Adam, my favorite human of Record Ragnarok, and I don't know if that'll ever change. So anyway, you guys take care and have a good one. Later.